What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jashley, and if you're not new here, welcome back to another back to school video. Today I'm going to be doing my yearly prepping for a new semester video. This is my senior year, finally my last first day of undergrad. It's crazy because after quarantine and like being online for so long, it just feels like everything flew by, and I feel like I was a freshman literally yesterday, and to say that now I'm a senior is just crazy. I started making these videos when I was a sophomore, I believe. So it's just crazy to me that now I'm a freaking senior. Like, it just blows my mind. But I'm so grateful that you guys have been here on my journey through university and through undergrad, and don't think these videos are stopping after I graduate because I will be going to grad school. So yeah, that's something to look forward to in the future. But without further ado, let's get right into how I prep for a new semester. So the first thing I always do is I always go on my MacBook and I go on Blackboard because that's the software we use for our classes. I know a lot of you guys use Canvas, but we use Blackboard. So I go on there and I look at all my classes, and then what I do after that is that I put all my classes into different folders on my MacBook and also in GoodNotes on my iPad, which is where I write my notes. You guys know that. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do that every single semester. So this is what my Blackboard looks like for my university, and then this is what the initial page after you log in looks like. These are all of the courses I have taken in the past, but the ones that you see here that have a little star are the ones that I've starred for this semester. As you can see, I'm taking 7 courses this semester, which I told you guys in my last video. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to go back onto my desktop, and right here I'm going to add all of the folders with each class so that whenever I get an assignment or I type a paper for the class or just to put the syllabus and stuff on my MacBook, I will have an individual folder right here to put it all. So how we do that is that we go right here to our Finder, and then we go to desktop on the left hand side, and then we click this little circle with the 3 dots, and then we put new folder, and that's when we can title it whatever we want. So I'm gonna put the name of this first class, which is CJS 350, and I'm gonna hit rename and put the name of the class. And then we just hit enter, and then it just appears right here. So I'm going to do that for each of the other 6 classes that I'm taking. So now that all of my folders are done, I'm going to show you guys how you can change the icon, because I know that this color blue can be a little ugly, especially when you have a really nice background like this and you want everything to be a certain color. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Google Chrome, and I just want it to be a pink folder, but you can literally look up anything. You just have to make sure that it's a PNG. So I'm going to look up pink folder PNG, and I'm gonna click on the first one, and then I'm going to hit save as, and I'm just gonna hit it as that. And then this is what it looks like when I just clicked on the downloading image. We're gonna go back into our Finder, and I already did this earlier just to test it out, that's why there's 2. So we're going to copy this, but you can also copy it by just doing Command C, and then we're going to click on this, and we're going to go to get info. Now this small little folder icon is the one that you're going to want to change. So all I'm going to do is literally hit Command V, and that changes it to the pink folder right here. That's literally all you have to do. Okay, so I hope that helped you guys make your MacBook a little more aesthetically pleasing. I know that it was really hard for me to stare at these blue folder icons for I don't even know how long before I learned how to do this, but it's a really easy and simple thing to do, and it doesn't mess up any of your folders. They literally work the same. All you did is just change the icon. Now moving on to putting all of my classes into GoodNotes. This is something I do every semester, and with GoodNotes I also can highlight the classes that I'm taking this semester so that I have the old ones, but the ones that I'm taking now are highlighted and they're in their own separate area, so you're not really looking through all of your classes in order to find one, which I think is really cool. So I'm going to show you guys how I do that. I think it's absolutely amazing for taking notes in school, And I have taken notes on paper after getting this just to see if I was a more iPad note person or if I was a more like paper note person. But I found out that taking notes on an iPad is just so much more convenient for so many more reasons. My number one reason being that you can look up your notes. I know that during an exam or during an open book test, when you're at home or even in school, it's so annoying to have to flip through like 10 pages just to find notes on one thing, whereas on your iPad you can literally look up the subject and it'll show every single page where you've written down that word or talked about that subject. And that's why I switched, mainly because it was just so frustrating to have to do that for every single test that I had, and I just couldn't do it anymore. So that's why I switched 100% to taking my notes in class online. So when I open up GoodNotes, this is all of the classes that I have taken in the past that I have put on GoodNotes, and as you can see in my favorites, it's empty. So this is all the classes that I'm taking, but I usually keep it on favorites because then it singles out all the classes I'm taking per semester. So if you have GoodNotes, then you know in order to create a new class, you go to this little plus button and then you can create a new notebook, a folder, an image, and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing I did on my MacBook and put the name of the class. And I like putting the number and the like name of it just because it makes it easier for me to find, because sometimes I remember a class by the number instead of the name. So I'm just going to put this number here and then I'm going to put the actual name of the class. And then I'm going to hit done, and then when you hit done and then you click on the little star right here, and it's going to turn red, and what that does is that you see this little folder right here, it literally just drags it on, and then when you close the app and you open it again, all that's going to come up is this star folder, which is your favorites, which is what classes you're taking this semester. So I'm going to do the exact same thing I just did now for every single one of my other classes. What I do next is I go into each one and I just add a notebook. You can add any notebook that you want. My favorite one is to use white paper, and I use portrait. And then my favorite one is the squared paper, and I have it in this letter template right here. And what you're going to title it is just the name of the class or whatever you want to title it, and then you're going to hit create, and this is what it looks like. I usually delete the cover page just because I think it's unnecessary because of the size difference, but yeah, this is what it looks like. It's very nice for you to write. This is an example of how this template looks in one of my last classes from last semester. As you can tell, like, it looks a little small, but then again, my iPad is sideways. If I put it vertically, it looks much bigger, and this is just what it looks like. This is just my favorite template. Now that I finished putting all of the folders into GoodNotes and also into my MacBook, I'm going to go ahead and put the syllabi into each one of the folders on GoodNotes, mainly because that's where I use to like highlight my syllabus and also just like write on it and remember any dates. I don't really go on my MacBook to do that. Disclaimer, some of my classes on Blackboard are still locked for unknown reasons because school literally starts in like 3 days. So here's my MacBook, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the course, then I'm going to go to syllabus and documents, and then right here is the syllabus. So I'm going to open that right there. For me, it weirdly exported as this text edit thing on my MacBook, which is fine, it doesn't matter. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up here to file, and then we're going to go to export as PDF. So what we're going to do after this is that we're going to airdrop it, or you can just send it as a message to your iPad. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. All right, so here I have the syllabus all exported, and I did this just by sending it to myself, but you can also airdrop it to your iPad. We're going to click this little box here, and then we're going to go down, and all the way to the right is going to be GoodNotes. So here we can click the location. These are all the classes. I already had it open to this class, so I'm going to put import to $385, and then it's gonna be right here, and it's all 9 pages. So I really hope that explanation was good for you guys to understand how I transfer my syllabus into my GoodNotes app. So now moving on to more like cute aesthetic back to school stuff. I have to organize my desk for the semester since it starts in 3 days. I want to get everything ready and set up so that I don't have to do it when I already start school. First things first is taking all of this stuff out of the packaging. If you watched my what's in my backpack video, you already saw these clear sticky notes, but I'm really excited to take them out of the packaging and actually see what they look like. I'm really tempted to take one out and write on it, but I don't want to. And next up, I got this little to-do list off Shein as well, and I'm really excited to open it up. It brings all of these pages, which I think is a lot for a semester, and you put the date right here, and then you have all these things to put the to-do list, and I just think it's so cute and it's so small. So next up is these other sticky notes that I got, and I think they're so freaking cute. They're a little rainbow, and I got these also off of Shein. This is what it looks like without the packaging. They're like this. I've been using one for my book that I took it out, but I just want to show you guys for the video. So I took it out and I put it where I was using it for my book. And yeah, you can also put this in your notebook because it has these little cute little things. I'm really excited to use these for my textbooks and also my notebooks and stuff. You always let me go my way. You always let me know. You never let it show my deed. So it's the next day. I didn't finish the video because I ended up going out and I didn't finish everything I had to do. But today the plan is to go to Target and buy a new planner because my planner is running out of dates. I think I only have like 2 months left in it, so I want to buy a new one. I'm also gonna buy some mechanical pencils because I only bought like pens and highlighters, and you never know when you're gonna need a pencil. I'm also going to hopefully find some melatonin because I have been sleeping really badly lately, and with school starting and having to take an 8 a.m. twice a week, I need to get good sleep. After that, I'm going to make my schedule on Google Calendar. And then the last thing that I have to do is write in my planner that I'm going to get the due dates for the month of September. So I'm back from Target. This is all of the stuff I got. I'm about to give you guys a little haul. The first thing I got is, this is for me and my brother because it's so many. I got a pack of highlighters because you never know when you're gonna need a highlighter in class. And I know that I like my little like aesthetic pastel highlighters, but sometimes you just need a regular highlighter. Next, I got the Sharpie S Gel black ink 0.7mm pens. If you guys have seen my videos in the past, you know that I literally only write with gel pens. I also got these Sharpie S Gel 0.7 again millimeter pens, and these are white. I literally just got them for the aesthetic. I told you guys I wanted a few mechanical pencils, so I got this pack of 6. Like I said before, I'm not gonna use all of them. Like, also like these pens, I'm gonna split them half and half with my brother just because we're both going to school, and like it's just more convenient to buy one big pack and then just split it down the middle. Like I said, I was going to get sleep gummies, and that's exactly what I did. I got the Ollie's extra strength sleep gummies, and these are 5 milligrams per gummy, and it's like a serving of 2, so it's 10 milligrams each night. I recommend these so much. I love them so freaking much. This is literally the only reason I can even sleep sometimes during school. This is the planner that I got. The other one that was smaller that I liked was literally huge. It was like this big, and it was just way too heavy, and I did not want to have to take that to school every single day in my backpack. It's not really going to take up that much space. The one thing that I'm going to have to get used to is these types of pages. I'm used to writing on pages with lines, and I'm not the best person when it comes to like keeping my words straight across the thing unless it's with lines. So that's something that I'm gonna have to get used to with this. And then last but not least, I got this notebook. This is the Sugar Paper School Plus Office Essentials notebook, and it's college ruled. It's 8.5 inches by 11 inches, and it has 200 pages. It honestly feels pretty heavy compared to like a regular like 5-star notebook, but they didn't have any at Target. Like I was looking everywhere for like a regular notebook, and they did not have any. This was like $15, which is pretty pricey, but I feel like I'm gonna use it for something. Alright guys, so I finished writing everything in my planner. I only got to write up to 3 classes worth of assignments from the 29th, which is when school starts, to the 1st of September, which is like a month. That's why it was not like a lot of like words and a lot of space being filled, because only 3 of my classes were unlocked. So I'm probably going to have to continuously look at Blackboard for the next 2 days. I'm gonna end the video off here because I'm pretty much done with all of my back to school stuff. I just have to like put the trash away back there from everything that I unwrapped. But I hope that you guys have a great semester, and I hope that this video helped you become more organized or just helped you feel more motivated to start the semester. And I hope you guys have a wonderful school year, whether you're in high school, college, graduate school, anything, all of the above. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and if you're not already, I would really appreciate it if you join my little YouTube family and hit the subscribe button. But without further ado, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.